G'day One More Fly Squad, my name is Jaden, welcome back to my channel. We're at Adelaide Airport. Today we're going to fly QantasLink -8300 from here to Melbourne, and then I'm going to fly Boeing 737 back to Adelaide. So I'm going to do the flights back to back and show you both in this video. Now without further ado, let's go check in with Qantas.
Please ensure you do not leave any baggage or personal items unattended. Suspicious items should be reported to the nearest airport worker or the Australian Federal Police in the terminal. A reminder that airport security.
It's currently the school holidays in Australia. Adelaide Airport is hustling and bustling. There was no wait at the Qantas self-check-in and self-bag drop, so I did that. The Adelaide Airport international network recovery is fast. We now got Batik Air and Vietjet flying regularly, but we're still waiting for China Southern, Cathay Pacific and Emirates to come back. Christmas is around the corner. You can see decorations throughout the airport and also Qantas Club. I'm a Qantas Gold member, so before my -8 flight I could use the lounge. QantasLink is part of the OneWorld Alliance, so OneWorld Sapphire and Emerald members can also use the lounge before any QantasLink flight. They're still serving breakfast at the moment. For hot food, you've got baked beans and scrambled eggs. You can also make yourself a toastie. There are also plenty of continental options. The barista coffee station is super busy, but the barista can make you a delicious coffee within a minute. I ordered an oat milk latte. I got some fruit from the buffet and also a magazine from the rack to read on board. They've got several copies of each magazine, so you can take them with you. Shower rooms are nice and spacious in the Adelaide Qantas Club. The ambient music is also very relaxing. This shower room is such a step up compared to the Qantas Domestic Club and even the business lounge at Sydney Airport. Each shower room at Adelaide Airport is probably double the size to the ones in Sydney, and they've actually put some thoughts into the design in Adelaide.
Please bring forward any bags that are needed in flight now. These will discuss a placement to the seat in front of you, and only one luggage bag placed will disperse to the overhead locker.
If you're boarding a QantasLink -8 flight at Adelaide Airport, you would always board through gate 50, and then you will walk through the tarmac onto your aircraft. The overhead locker bins on the -8 are particularly small, so if you've got a larger carry-on, you'll have to check it in on the tarmac. When you get to your destination, you claim it back on the tarmac, not at the baggage carousel. This service is free of charge. If the gate agent places this tag on your hand carry, it means it's too big for the -8 and you'll need to check it in on the tarmac. For those with mobility issues, there's a lift or elevator. Here's our ride to Melbourne, Victoria. A 20-year-old QantasLink -8300 Victor Hotel Tango Quebec Delta. So there you can see the RAM agents taking away the carry-ons from the passengers. I'm not sure what's happening, but we've been standing on the tarmac for 10 minutes. Then later the cabin crew came out and told us to return to the gate.
Because they've got weather in Melbourne, so they will just see what we're going to do with you, whether we put you on a different flight or stay.
So basically there's currently wild weather in Melbourne, which happens quite often. Melbourne Telemarine is down to one runway operation, and that was only imposed as we were trying to board the aircraft, so therefore the delay was last minute. So unfortunately all flights including ours have to be delayed. 6'4" is about to board an A330 from Sydney to Melbourne. His flight got delayed as well. During the delay, I was able to head back to the Qantas Club with my fellow travellers. There were quite a lot of gold and platinum members on our flight. The lounge receptionist just made an announcement. Our flight QF 2196 is once again ready for boarding.
And Angelo Valdivia, challenge at staff flight. Okay.
Thank you.
are you?
Good,
Thank
thank
you so
you.
much. You're on an exit row today, so just sending hand luggage in the overhead locker and read the
No worries.
briefing card. Thank you.
Here's my seat today, 10A, an emergency exit seat. It comes with a little bit more legroom. I'll show you more of the seat features after takeoff.
James Norman and first officer Reed to London would like to welcome back our Qantas and on well frequent flyers, also our Qantas Business Rewards members on this QantasLink flight 2196 to Melbourne. It's great to have you with us. Please place any larger bags in the overhead lockers, smaller bags under the seat in front of you if you are in contact with water. Life jackets must not be inflated until you are outside the aircraft.
Your only in-flight entertainment option is your magazine that you'll find in your seat pocket. There's no TV or in-flight Wi-Fi. Now for the seat features. The Dash 8 seats are quite narrow across all airlines, about 17 inches here. There's a small tray table and a seat pocket. There's no coat hook, no headrest, no recline and no TV. A very simple and basic seat.
Welcome aboard QantasLink flight 2196 Dash 8 service to Melbourne. On the way now, currently 80 kilometres to the east of Adelaide, passing 14,000 feet, climbing to a cruising altitude of 21,000 feet. Expecting mostly smooth flying conditions throughout the majority of the cruise. Expecting a few bumps, however, as we make our approach and descent to Melbourne. But for now, though, the seatbelt signs off. Just a reminder that it's a QantasLink requirement when you are seated to keep the seatbelt still in fastened. Even when the seatbelt sign is off, just in case we encounter any unexpected turbulence. Flight time is approximately 1 hour and 30 minutes. We do apologise for the delay of the service this afternoon, just due to a couple of reasons. The first was another aircraft breakdown in Adelaide throughout the South Australian network. Had a bit of a flow-on effect, which resulted in a later departure initially, and then just due to the weather into Melbourne, air traffic control placed the quality requirements and departure restrictions on some aircraft arriving. Unfortunately, we were one of those, so we just had to wait on the ground there before we could continue boarding again, so we do apologise for that. At this stage, arrival time into Melbourne of 2:35. The weather expected there, a rainy day, got a southerly breeze up around 20 kilometres an hour, low patches of cloud, and temperature of 18 degrees. That's it from Reese and I for now though. We'll update if anything changes significantly to those details, of course. But in the meantime, sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight with us. Thanks for choosing the flight, honestly. Once again, apologies for the delay, and enjoy the rest of your day.
In-flight service is about to begin. Everybody got a bottle of water first, and then the crew came back to offer us refreshment. It was then followed by cold drinks. I got mineral water, and hot coffee and tea later. The food today is a sandwich, pastrami and mustard pickled vegetables. On all Qantas domestic flights, they serve alcohol after 12 PM. Sadly today we just missed out on that. Our scheduled departure time was just before 12, but we actually departed way after 12. We're about to land into Melbourne Airport, and I'll quickly compare this experience with the Qantas mainline 737 right here, right now. I'll go with the pros first. So the service on the Dash 8 was quicker, the ratio of the passengers and cabin crew are lower on the Dash 8, and because there are fewer passengers, boarding and disembarking take less time. Now for the cons, there's no TV or Wi-Fi, also there's no headrest or PowerPoints. At Australian airports, you always board and disembark the Dash 8 on the stand. There's no aerobridge for the Dash 8. Lastly, and perhaps most importantly for some, any Dash 8 flight would take longer than any jet engine aircraft, like the 737 and A320.
Welcome to Melbourne, where the local time is 2:47. QantasLink would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the local lands and waterways on which we live, work and fly. We pay our respects to elders, past, present and emerging. The seatbelt sign is still on. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened. It is not permissible to retrieve any items or baggage from the rear of the aircraft. For those passengers with premium hand luggage, please remain at the foot of the aircraft stairs or ramp to collect your bags. For those of you joining an international flight, please make your way to the upper level of the international terminal for your departure. For Jetstar domestic flights, you'll need to collect your bags and proceed to Jetstar check-in at Terminal 4. Please do take care when opening the overhead lockers, as your bags may have moved during the flight. Remember to check your seat and seat pockets for any personal items. As you exit the aircraft, please find your head on the low entry doorway, and whilst disembarking, we recommend using the handrail to assist you safely onto the tarmac. Smoking, vaping and the use of e-cigarettes is not permitted whilst disembarking and throughout the airport terminal. If your mobile phone is within reach, you may now switch flight mode off. However, please ensure electronic devices are not in use while crossing the tarmac. On behalf of QantasLink and the team today, welcome to Melbourne. Apologies again for the delay in the service, but we do hope you enjoyed your flight. We look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you and good afternoon.
Thank you, bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, see ya. Oh, really?
Thank you. Look at all the cancellation. Yucky. 6'4" is going to be flying on QF 445 from Sydney, arriving at gate 11. On short-haul Qantas domestic flights, only Qantas Platinum members get lounge access on arrival. I'm only Gold, so I can't use the Qantas Club right now. The Sydney flight has just arrived. It's a Qantas A330-200, Victor Hotel, Echo Bravo Juliet, Margaret River. It's crazy to think, but just over a month ago, I was at the exact same gate, gate 11, boarding this aircraft, Margaret River, to Sydney. So we're holidaying here in Melbourne for 5 days. I'll show you the Melbourne vlog before the 737 flight back to Adelaide. We're staying at the Hilton Melbourne for 2 nights, and then Doubletree for the 3rd and 4th nights. We're doing the cheapskate method from Melbourne Tullamarine to Melbourne CBD. So we just took a bus to Broadmeadow Station. The airport bus terminal is next to Terminal 4, where Jetstar, Rex and Bonza depart from. From Broadmeadow Station, we're taking the train about a half an hour ride to Melbourne CBD. We're gonna get off at Southern Cross, and then to get to Hilton, we could take the tram or another train to Melbourne Central Station. Oh. We made it to Southern Cross Station. We're now changing platform and gonna take one stop to Central. This whole journey would cost us $5 each, so $10 for the both of us. Uber would have cost $50 and the airport bus would have cost $38, so huge saving. So we just checked in at Hilton Melbourne, Little Queen Street. Here's a quick room tour. We got a king corner room. On two sides of the room we've got windows that go from the floor to ceiling. It makes the room look a bit brighter, and the design of the carpet looks very contemporary. I'm upstairs with a shower room. You've got Hunter shower products from Melbourne, golden features everywhere on the shower head and also the tap. Hilton Melbourne was opened in 2022, so that's why it looks so good and new. We're now going to go check out the executive lounge. It's called the Queen Adelaide Lounge. It's definitely one of the nicest Hilton lounges I've been to. It feels like a clubhouse for rich people. It's now day 2 here in Melbourne. We're having the free continental breakfast in the lobby. It's an additional $10 for Diamond and Gold members if you want full hot breakfast. Here's the facade of the hotel. You can't tell it's Hilton. Conveniently, the free tram stop is just outside. Ding ding, come on. We just got to Bourke Street, 2 stops away from the Hilton. We're just walking around the CBD and then we'll head towards the Shrine of Remembrance. We just got to the Shrine of Remembrance, but the museum doesn't open until 10, it's currently 9ish, so we'll get some coffee nearby. So we just took the tram to Queen Victoria Market. It's a popular landmark and tourist attraction here in Melbourne. It opened in 1878. This is H&M on Bourke Street. It was a former post office, this building. It's gorgeous inside.
Drive a lap.
Here's the Melbourne Chinatown. Melbourne Chinatown is quite special. It's physically long, but it's also the longest continuous Chinese settlement in the Western world. It's easily the oldest Chinatown in the Southern Hemisphere. The number of trams that just come and go is crazy. Melbourne Tram Network is the largest in the world. We're back at Hilton. We're gonna grab some drinks from the lounge and then gonna enjoy that in our room. The lounge opens from 8, but there's no food until 5 PM. That sounded fat. A few hours later, a friend joined us. We're having cocktails in a bar downstairs.
See, you could get, on one day, on the 14th of November, I could see there was flights all the way from
For dinner, we went to Pellegrini's. They do excellent pasta here. It's so good and popular among the locals. It's got its own Wikipedia page. We got back to the hotel room a while ago. We were thinking to go out for a walk, but it started pouring and lightning, so we're staying in. Welcome to day 3, once again breakfast in the lobby. And then we checked out. We took the tram to Doubletree by Hilton. I didn't notice this, but someone came to me and said, "Good matching colours." We just went to check in, but it's too early, so we drop our bags and we're gonna check out the laneways nearby. We just walked to the National Gallery of Victoria. It's on the way to the Shrine of Remembrance. And by the way, both are free entry. For lunch, we went to the South Melbourne market and we found a Thai place. He's got chopsticks, me no have chopsticks. You can never go wrong with a Thai milk tea in a Thai restaurant. So after lunch, we got back to the Doubletree and we got our room this time. The staff have already put our suitcases in our room. I love the bathroom here, especially the yellow light bulbs on each side of the mirror. So it's a corner room once again and a slightly tinier room. You've got everything you need here, just like the Hilton. I guess the price difference is because it just looks less luxury here. The view from our room is quite boring. It's basically a walkway between two buildings. Office buildings, I believe. And this is what you see from the lobby, Flinders Street Station. We're just taking the train for fun. We're riding from Flinders Street to Parliament Station. Here's the infamous escalator at Melbourne's Parliament Station. Apparently people trip and fall all the time. This set of escalators is the longest and most dangerous in Australia. Apparently it's because the lines on the panels, as you can see, isn't going down vertically, but rather it's 90 degrees to the escalator, and that creates illusion and visually it confuses people. So don't look up too much and always hold the handrail. We're at Hosier Lane. Graffiti literally everywhere, up and down, left and right.
$, I think it was, because we took a cab from
It's like Planet of the Apes with the... Yes.
But like, if he happened to be king, wouldn't he be called King Archie?
I don't know why, but they always just hang it.
Well, I mean, like Kate Middleton. I believe every night at sunset, so that would be 9 PM during the summer, 6 PM in winter, those fire brigades at Melbourne South Bank shoot up fireballs.
Business class flight, I'm not using that.
For those who are familiar with the Doubletree brand, their cookies are delicious, and at Melbourne Doubletree they do Doubletree Cookies Espresso Martini. You have to give it a try when you come to Melbourne. So day 4 here in Melbourne, breakfast downstairs. I'm just having the free continental, 6 for 4, paid $10 to have hot breakfast. We're heading to the train station. We're gonna take a train to Brighton Beach. He wants me to hurry up. If you're enjoying this vlog and video so far, please leave a like, comment down below and share this video with your friends. Each and every of your action is going to help the growth of my channel. And if you're new to my channel, please make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell button. I upload a new video every single Thursday, so you don't want to miss out. I can't believe this is my first time at Brighton Beach. I'm gonna check out those cute little houses. We're now going to get on the train towards the CBD, but we're going to get off at South Yarra. For lunch, it's at the Snow Monkey Ramen. I can highly recommend this place. We just made it back to Melbourne Airport. Now we're going to fly Qantas 737 to Adelaide, and we're going to check out the Qantas Club. So welcome to day 5. Just quickly update you about the rest of day 4. We went back to the hotel, got changed, and then we went out for dinner with a subscriber. He's a professional photographer. I've never met him before, so I really didn't want to vlog that part because I felt it would be inappropriate if I'm meeting him for the first time. And then day 5 morning, again I had continental, 6 for 4, had hot breakfast. And then we went out for a coffee at Patricia Coffee. I can highly recommend that. Afterwards we got our suitcase from Doubletree, took the train to Broadmeadows and then bus to the airport. Now here we are at Terminal 1, the Qantas Domestic Terminal. I didn't need to print out a bag tag because my Q bag tag is my bag tag. They've always worked for me perfectly fine on domestic flights. Unfortunately, it won't work on an international flight. I like the idea of the Q bag tag. It saves you time at the airport and you don't need to print stuff out unnecessarily. So 6'4" flying to Sydney, I'm flying to Adelaide. Our flights at 5 PM are on schedule fortunately. The 4 PM flight to Sydney and Adelaide cancelled. But that will also mean a super full flight. Now we're going to check out the Qantas Melbourne Club. We see this big ribbon, Christmas is around the corner. So you will come through this door if you're using the Qantas Domestic Business and the Qantas Club. If you're Qantas Platinum, One World Emerald or you're flying in business, you can use the Domestic Business. If you're One World Sapphire, Qantas Gold, Qantas Club members, you can use the Qantas Club. The Club Lounge isn't surprisingly busy. It's Friday afternoon, so I thought it'll be full of business travellers. But maybe their flight got cancelled. The bar here is offering self-serve alcohol. You can order coffee around the corner, barista make coffee, and also spirits. The buffet is offering self-serve salad bar. You can also make yourself a toasty. For hot food, there's potatoes and beans. There are about a dozen shower rooms in this lounge, and there are 2 types of them, new and old. I'm currently in the older one. The design in the older one is more dull, white and grey everywhere, but compared to the newer one that I'll show you in a second, it's much bigger. Here's one of the newer ones, much smaller as you can see, but it's a lot brighter, and I like how you've got golden features, just like the Hilton Melbourne Hotel. Like the Qantas Club in Adelaide, it's a huge step up compared to the Sydney shower rooms. All the shower rooms offer rain shower. "6'4" made himself a ham and cheese toasty. It looks delish.
That is the best barista coffee I've had in any Qantas lounge.
Christmas is around the corner. I've said this too many times. And also because there aren't too many guests in this lounge, the service was really personalised. The staff kept coming around with turkey sandwich and Christmas pudding. Having a oat chai latte just before we go. My flight got slightly delayed, so I'm sending 6'4" off, and then I headed back to the Qantas Club. Qantas have arranged choir groups and singers to sing in the Qantas Club and also around the terminal. That'll be our aircraft to Adelaide. Victor Hotel, Victor X-Ray Oscar. It's a 21-year-old Qantas 737-800. It's even older than the Dash 8 earlier, that was 20-year-old.
Oh, that's never long enough.
Hello. Exit row, sir. Please pop all your bags up in the locker.
Thank you. Just like the Dash 8 flight, I also picked an exit seat on this flight, 13A.
Hello. Thank you. Just the opening exit row. If you could just pop your bags up, it's okay. Thank you.
Here's business class, 3 rows of them in a 2-2 configuration. Down the back is economy in a standard 3x3 configuration. I'll now quickly go through the seat features. No TV on this 7-3, but you've got a tablet holder. Tray table, not foldable, but you can pull it back and forth. Seat pocket, pretty standard. There's no extra pouch for your personal items. Between every 2 seats, there are 2 USB ports. Legroom is fantastic, a bit more than the Dash 8 exit row. Exit rows aren't free for Gold members, but they do come up as complimentary if not enough people pick them. The FAA of Australia, CASA, require a certain number of people to sit at the exit row. There are personal AC vent despite the age of the aircraft.
All cabin baggage needs to be stowed in the overhead lockers.
Awards members, it's nice to see you with us this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, I do apologise for this delayed departure. Unfortunately, aircraft have been running late through the eastern seaboard majority of the day.
just snowballs onto further flights. We do have Odie on board now. We'll be closing the doors very shortly. So as you are settling in, would you please ensure that all carry-on baggage is stowed securely under the seats in front of you or in the overhead lockers. Customer seated at the emergency exit rows 13 and 14 and in row 1 must go baggage in the overhead lockers only. Please ensure that you are in your allocated seat with your seatbelt fastened, your tray table secured and seat back in the fully upright position. It is now time to switch all personal electronic...
Welcome to the night when Qantas brought the world. Your crew members are pointing it out now. Welcome to the night.
The Dash 8, 717 and 737 are the backbone of Qantas' domestic network. In South Australia and Northern Territory, you also see the Embraer jets. The Airbus A220 are soon going to replace the 717.
calls throughout the flight. You're seated in the main cabin today, that's between rows 4 and 30. There are 2 bathrooms, also have change table facilities located at the rear of the aircraft.
On some Qantas 737 you get personal TV, but definitely not on this one. Instead you get free wireless high-speed Wi-Fi. By the way, today is the 15th of December 2023, and according to the news that day, it's the busiest travel day of the year in Australia. Over 150,000 people are flying Qantas and Jetstar that day. That's 0.6% of the whole Australian population. Plus Virgin Australia, Rex, Bonza, and the international carriers. It's pretty impressive, hey? Refreshment is served, and because we left after 12 PM, the cabin crew offered us free alcohol. I went for a bottle of white wine. For the food, it's a vegetable and cheese pizza. It's vegetarian but not vegan or plant-based. White wine is a Sauvignon Blanc. It's quite crisp and delicious. It's perfectly acceptable in economy. Pizza was tasty as well. The pop-down TV are talking about the High Court hearing for Qantas, about how they dismiss people illegally, and also the way they managed the travel credits during COVID. I got so red just after one glass, and I noticed that there's quite a lot of alcohol content in this small bottle of wine. Just before we started our descent into Adelaide, the crew came around the cabin to give us koala chocolate.
Also,
We started our descent into beautiful Adelaide, and I'll quickly conclude this trip report right here, right now. So compared to the Dash 8 flight, it was much quicker, and this time round we got hot food. The Dash 8 probably couldn't store any hot food. The meal service did noticeably take longer on the 737. It was a full flight, and there are way more passengers on this 737 flight, but then only 2 more cabin crew, and one of them was in business class. On the 737 you get Wi-Fi. It makes it feel like the flight goes even faster, and I found that the 737 seat was a bit more comfortable, slightly more leg room even though if you're not on the exit row, wider seats, and there's better seat back padding. So on a shorter route like this one, Adelaide to Melbourne, and maybe Sydney-Melbourne, Sydney-Canberra, Melbourne-Canberra, would you prefer the 73 or Dash 8? Let me know in a comment down below. In terms of airfare, they're both the same, but the Dash 8 tend to sell out earlier and they ran out of classic reward seats earlier, only because there are fewer seats. Qantas one way from Adelaide to Melbourne currently starts from $136. Qantas don't do basic economy, so every airfare comes with food and beverages, check-in allowance of 23 kilo, and also free seat selection, which many airlines including 5-star Cathay and Singapore have ditched. So that's it for the conclusion today. Thank you so much for watching. Really hope that you enjoyed this super long video of mine. If you're new to my channel, make sure that you subscribe and click that bell button because I upload every single week, so you don't want to miss out. You can also follow my social media like Facebook, Instagram and Snapchat for up-to-date information about my travel. On Snapchat I post stories of my destination, a bit like travel vlog. Instagram I post stories about my flight. If you really like my videos and want to support me further, you can do so via PayPal Me and Patreon. Please check out the links in the description for more information. There's other ways to fund my travel, such as purchasing anything you want through the affiliate links in the description, like airplane sleep mask, hotels and flights through trip.com and Expedia. Once again, thanks for watching today, enjoy the approach and landing, and I'll see you after disembarking.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Adelaide. Qantas would like to acknowledge traditional custodians of the lands and waterways which we live, work and fly, pay respects to elders past, present and emerging. At the local time, it's just on 7:15. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the aircraft has come to a complete stop at the terminal. When the seatbelt signs have been switched off, you'll be disembarking through the forward and rear doors on the left-hand side. Smoking, vaping and the use of e-cigarettes are not permitted whilst disembarking and also prohibited throughout the terminal buildings. Your mobile phones are within easy reach, you may now switch off the flight mode. Just a reminder for those customers choosing to use the rear stairs for disembarkation, please refrain from using personal electronic devices whilst you're on the tarmac area. If you need to reclaim baggage this evening, it will be available for collection at the carousels and the luggage collection area on the ground floor. Please check the monitors for your carousel number. And if you have another Qantas or QantasLink domestic flight this evening, please check with the television monitors for further details. Please take care when opening the overhead lockers, as baggage may have moved during flight, possibly fall out of the lockers. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank you all of our One World customers for choosing to fly Qantas this evening. We hope you've enjoyed the flight from Melbourne. Once again, we do apologise for our delayed arrival and inconvenience it may have caused. I'm your Captain Clayton Simmons, the rest of the crew. Hope you have a most enjoyable weekend. I'll bid you a very good evening.
seat before me has left their phone. It's been ringing and I couldn't get it in time before it locked again.
Thank you.
So the flight before this one.
13. To the seat proper, was it?
13E.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye. My suitcase with a Q bag tag was among the first to come out, and then I went straight to the bus stop. Unfortunately, we just missed it. The bus comes in half an hour. Adelaide public transport is quite affordable. It's a flat fee wherever you go, including to and from the airport. It's less than $3 off peak, just a bit over $4 during peak hours. The journey to the city takes about 20 to 30 minutes. We just made it home. I'm gonna pick some lemons from the front yard just before we go in. Look at the size of it. Yeah. The following day we went to the beach club with my housemates. It's the only beach club that exists in Australia due to tight regulations around the country.
Why? I want that. Oh, this is... I literally got... What's wrong with this?
Oh! So mean. Why would you say that? I thought you had a... It's my housemate's birthday today. We're having dinner in the city. If you know, you know. Dennis Bunnick. The best seat on board is on another airline. So the whole household is here. I'm from Hong Kong. From left to right, Hong Kong girl, Ho Chi Minh girl, and Bangkok birthday boy.
What is doing? Didn't give me on YouTube, didn't? They didn't put me on the YouTube once.
No, you're not getting free.
Oh, Jay, go here, go here.
I'm so lonely. I need a ladyboy in my life. That lady was looking at us. Yuck.
Mẹ Việt Nam mới qua chụp hình đây mà.
Mr. Wong. John.
Nóng quá tao má mày.
Can I even take a picture?
Oh, actually, this one will be suited with my outfit.
I didn't know the Qantas one. Oh.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
I was busy uploading daily in the middle of December, leading up to Christmas, so busy editing every day. My Bangkok boy is going home for Christmas and New Year, so I'm taking him to the airport. Oh my god, it's going on my YouTube.
pause. Please leave a message after.
Sayonara. Happy New Year.
Bye-bye. Christmas.
Aww.
So that's it for the vlog. Thanks so much for watching. And a big shout out to all my patrons and PayPal me members for your continuous support. See you next week. Bye bye.